Hi everyone, I wanted to take a minute and do a video for this week. This is English 103. We're in week 5 already. So we have a month under our belt already. It seems to be going very, very fast. So let me share my screen with you. I do want to talk through the work for this week. We're doing another forum and we're doing another round of drafting. So I want to make sure there's no confusion on what we are needing to do. So as you know, last week you needed to upload a draft for me to conference with you on, or just upload and I'll give you a conference feedback form based on what I'm reading. Keep in mind, I'm not doing a deep read in the fact of I'm not going through the grading rubric with it or those type things. I'm looking, it's a surface view of, I'm making sure, number one, you're on track for what you need to do, you're following the instructions, that your topic was appropriate, you have a thesis statement and it's a clear thesis. I'm also looking for MLA document design. I'm looking that you set things up correctly. I'm also looking that you integrated a quote or a statistic appropriately, and that you are using the ACTs or signal phrases to indicate to the reader that you didn't just plop and drop. And then I'm also looking at your works cited page to make sure you do have a works cited page and it does match for the quote that you are doing within the essay. So those are the things I'm giving you feedback on for the draft that you submitted on Sunday. At the time of this video, I have not gone through them all. I've gone through those who've submitted early, and I've met with lots of you in person and did your conference via Zoom, face-to-face, and that worked very, very well. And I thank you for being patient, because I know I had more than, sometimes I had 2 or 3 of you in a session at the same time. But it seemed to work very well for everyone, because although I was giving information to someone else, the students said that, oh, what you said to that person helped me as well. So it worked out really well face-to-face on Zoom. However, if you did not take advantage of the office hour to do a conference time with me, no problem. You could have still just uploaded it by Sunday, which it's going to be Sunday, I think it's October, let me look at my calendar really quick so I don't tell you wrong. Sunday, October 4th before midnight. So as I said, at the time of this video, it is not yet Sunday. I'm going to open the next week up to you a little early. That's why I'm doing this video early. And so in review, week 4, your draft you uploaded needed to be uploaded October 4th before midnight. I'm reviewing that with my conference notes, and then you're going to see a file come back with that in your grade. So when you see your grade, you go into grades, you should also be able to access a file and download that file. That file is what you have to answer those 3 questions on. So you do need to do that this week, even though it's in week, it's in week 4. Let me back up. So you are going to have to go back and submit it in week 4, even though it's due here this week in week 5. So I do want to make you aware of that. This, I believe, conference sheet. So you're going to get it when you get your grade back from me. It will be posted on Moodle. There should be a file. You'll be able to download the file, see my comments, answer those 3 questions, and then upload it right here. So week 5 now, that's one thing you have to do. You have to go back and get that done. But week 5, you're also going to submit another of your drafts. So based on those things that either we talked about in our conference time, or maybe you went and did a writing consultation, feel free to tweak those things. But now what I want you to do is take the same draft or your improved draft, either way, and through another round of revision, we are going to have peer review. So what I want you to do, it's actually right here, the I Believe essay draft posting and reply form. So what you're going to do is upload your draft as a file here in the forum. So don't forget, there are the instructions. This is the overview of the assignment. This is what's required for the assignment. And in this draft, I want you to get it to the highest level that you can, include all the elements. Here are some just things I want you to definitely check for before you post. Did you use the, is the header the same font? This is a mistake I'm finding a lot in the consultations. Don't forget, in your header, you have to highlight the font. It doesn't default to Times New Roman. I think it defaults to Calibri or something. So you do have to manually change that. But go through these things and just make sure your draft has those elements, and then upload it. After you have uploaded your file, the draft on the forum, and you've posted, then what you need to do is you need to reply to one other classmate's draft by using the peer review form. So you need to use that worksheet. Now, I believe it's a hot link right here for you, but if I forgot to hot link it, you may find it back here in resources. So in the resources for this section, in module 5, you can find it. But this peer review form right here, peer review form, this is what you're going to use to reply to someone else's draft. So you click into someone else's draft, you're going to read their draft, and you're going to review it. This is what I want you to fill out. So of course, you download, you enable editing, and I do start, I remind you, you don't review anybody's until you've uploaded yours. So you need to first upload a copy of your essay draft. Then after you upload, go in and review using this form. Yes, you need to use this form. So you're going to go through all these items, and anything you answer no to, you must provide some feedback. So if you answer yes, you do not need to provide feedback. But if you answer no, in other words, no, they didn't have this, or no, I didn't see this, give some feedback to that person to help them, okay? I also want you to do replies to those who don't have replies. I don't want to see 5 replies on the same essay, okay? What I want is everybody to get a reply and get a review. So please make an effort when you go into reply, look for one that has 0, so that you know, oh, okay, I can be the first reply, and they haven't had one yet. So you go through this. So you take a look. Do you see your partner has a thesis statement? So the first thing you're doing is looking for the thesis statement. When you find it, list it. You need to type what it is when you find it, okay? And then check for the following. Does the thesis statement fit by stating topic and telling why they believe? Why, yes, it fits, you write yes. No, then give feedback on how they might be able to do that. B, does it relay a solid and believable belief? In other words, is it appropriate? Is it something that we've talked about in class that is within the realm of what the assignment is? Yes, great. No, make a suggestion on how they might word it differently or phrase that belief differently. Does it focus on them and not project outward with a you? In other words, I don't want to see the word you anywhere in the essay, because remember, we're not telling people what they have to believe, we're telling about ourselves. So is the thesis focused on them and not on others? An example of this is they should not have the word you anywhere in the thesis statement. I don't want to see you should believe, or if you believe this, blah, blah, blah. No, it's all about it's me. So that's what you're looking for there. Again, question 2, do you see the writer using details, ones you can see as you're reading, see in your head? Are they describing things? Are they using specific nouns, specific places, those kinds of things? You do not need to list them all, but from their essay, I want you to list some. If you can't list some there, then they haven't got enough, and then you need to suggest some things and maybe give them a couple of suggestions of where they could put some describing language in. Third, does the writer focus on one memory or experience you can see? Are you there with them? So yes, if you feel, yeah, I can see this experience, it's almost like I'm with them, great. No, give them a couple of suggestions what they could do to help put you, the reader, in that experience or in their place. And then number 4, what are 2 things you would tell the writer to improve? So just based on what you've read, what you know, what we've talked about, what the criteria is, give them 2 things that you think, hey, you could really do this and do this, and that would help improve your essay. So these are suggestions meant to help, not to criticize. So remember, do them in the affirmative, positive as you possibly can. So this is what I want you doing for the peer review forum. And so this is, again, you're going to add your discussion. This is where you're going to upload your posting. You're going to upload your file, post, then go into someone else's posting, use that form I just showed you, complete it on their reading, and then reply with that form to them. So that's the first one, or that's one of your assignments that I want you to do this week. The second one is I want you to do a response to Anne Lamont's, and it's called Shitty First Drafts. It's a great article, and I want your response to be at least 3 full paragraphs. So you're going to read the article. The article is here, so you can open that and read it at your leisure. And the goal here is to make sure you understand that your struggle is probably not just you with writing. I talk to a lot of students and they're like, oh, writing is so hard, I don't even know what to write. And a lot of times for students, just starting and getting going is the hardest part. And Anne Lamont writes about this. All writers experience this. And as we are coming into your first essay draft, this is the drafting that you're working on. This is something I think you'll find helpful. And so I want you to read it and I want you to respond. So the actual article is here. The response guideline is here. And then when you open this, I tell you what I want you to respond. So essentially, I want 3 full college level paragraphs. That means, roughly 7 sentences in each paragraph. Here are ideas for you to do your response. So by no means is this the only thing or all of it, but these are areas that you can focus on within your 3 paragraphs. And then each response has to hit the MLA formatting. So don't forget appropriate name, class, professor, date, all in the right spots, Times New Roman, double spacing, header. Yes, I do want a header and the page number and last name. And then, of course, the minimum of 3 college level paragraphs. Now, again, I don't want you to feel that you have to address every single thing here. However, you can certainly clump some of them appropriately within paragraph style. So if you just don't really know how to do a response, this at least gets you going. And pick the ones that you want to elaborate on and that you feel you can get your 3 paragraphs. So this is the Anne Lamont's reading response instructions. So again, it's pretty straightforward. Read the article, do the response. There's some ideas to get you started on your response. To be honest with you, the response is really that you're demonstrating you have an understanding of the article and that you read it and processed the information. Oh, let's see. I think that is it for week 5. There are only 2 items, if I remember correctly. Yes, so response to Anne Lamont's, and then you are doing a peer review draft posting with each other. That's it for this week. So heads up, I'm going to stop sharing here a second. Heads up, you are going to submit your final draft for grading on the I Believe essay assignment. That you're going to submit next week. So this draft is kind of the last opportunity for review, revision. The draft will be due next week. You're going to upload next week, but keep in mind next week we start moving on to a new unit, new essay. So I will not be coming back to this with any kind of explanation, whatever. You're just simply going to see the posting and activities and assignments next week. Final submission of I Believe essay. And that is the one I'm going to be grading. That is the one I'm going to be using the grading rubric on that I provided to you. So that will be, when you upload that, that's the big points. That's the large points. The drafting points are usually quite a bit less because they're meant to help give feedback and help you revise. So, you know, they're usually between the 20 and 30 point range. Whereas when you get an essay for grading, that's much larger point value, anywhere from 84 to 100. So, you know, double, triple, sometimes even quadruple, because you had several opportunities of drafting, revising, getting feedback either through consultations, peer review, or meeting with me to help you make sure you score the way you want to score on those essays. I think that's it for this week. I apologize for the long video, but I wanted to make sure I covered all areas of what we're working on. We are coming into the final round of the I Believe essay assignment. I don't think I have anything else. As always, you are welcome to reach out to me during office hours. Pop in if office hours don't work. Reach out to me via email. We'll make an appointment for a time that does work for you. And I think that's it. So happy writing. Have a great week. As you know, I've opened the week a little bit early for you, a day early, so that you can just have a little bit more time looking ahead and knowing what's coming down the pike if you want to get going and start your process. So have a great weekend. Happy writing, and reach out to me if you have questions.